Hi friends, I got a couple requests for something kind of like this, so if you don't care for makeup, this is not for you. This is a video on how I do a no makeup, also using one product for multiple things. I hope you like it. I'm just gonna put some more of this on my lips because I love it so much. You'll find out what it is in the video. Alright, enjoy. Okay, I'm super limited on light here, so I'm just gonna go and hope that I can fit it all in before the sun goes down. First thing I'm gonna do, I just got out of the shower. I am going to moisturize. This is the Fresh Rose Deep Hydration Face Cream, and this stuff is no joke. I actually had psoriasis in my scalp right up in this area, and so what I started doing was putting this with a little bit up into the hairline, and I can tell you now that after using this stuff for a week, the dry skin was gone. I actually used to get this weird texture in my eyes, like right here, and when I started using this, that went away. Yes, I do have makeup on my eyes, and what I'm gonna do now is use the same lotion on a Q-tip to get rid of what's left over. And I know that there are probably people out there screaming at me, oh my god, don't do that, there are such better ways to do it. Well, you know what? This works. Now that we're all clean, I have a little bit left of that same moisturizer, and what I'm gonna do is put it on my hands because your hands show your age just as much as your face does. Then I have this Kiehl's Calendula Herbal Extract Toner, which I don't know if it actually works or not, but it smells really good and it doesn't make me break out any more than I already do. I'm gonna take this cotton pad and put that mainly in the places where I get really oily. And I'm probably doing that wrong, but nobody's really taught me any other way to do it, so that's what I'm gonna do. As you can see, do not have perfect skin, and I'm completely okay with that. I don't wear makeup every day. A lot of the times I wear yesterday's makeup, but I'm gonna make a serious effort to do better with skincare because you all are probably super grossed out right now. I'm gonna let that dry, and I'm gonna go grab my beauty blender. Before I use it every single time, I clean it. And I've actually had this for months, probably close to a year, and it's still in great condition because I've been taking care of it like that. For my foundation, I'm going to use Maybelline Fit Me Dewy and Smooth. It says normal to dry, but yeah, that's probably why it doesn't stay on me. But regardless, I really like the finish of this one. And this is in the color Porcelain, which is the palest shade, I believe. And I use the back of my hand as a palette. Oh, alright, this is fantastic. I'm having a lot of fun doing this actually. And I just take a tiny bit at a time. A tiny bit. Because I don't like to layer it on. I like to have a really thin layer just to kind of even out my skin tone. I get really red, as you can see, in my nose and my cheek area. So yeah, I'm under my eyes, gets pretty dark. I'm self-conscious of that part of my face where these lines show up. Like if I do this, you can't really see them, but here, now this is just the top of my cheekbone, and then it sinks in quite a bit there, and it can get pretty dark looking. Yeah, it's just trying to figure out ways to make my skin look like one color. It actually looks like really pale on the camera, and it's not that pale in real life, unless I've just been walking around with a ghost face mask and nobody's been telling me. That's also a possibility. I can't do anything else after the shower before I put my moisturizer on. Like, I literally washed my hands and ran in here and put my moisturizer on in front of the camera because I just don't like to touch anything. It's like surgery. Like, I come out of the shower and then I put that on, and then I can do whatever I want because, yeah. Oh, something's in my eye. Okay, we're good. Let me go check this in the mirror real quick. Right, so the very last thing I do is take the foundation onto my neck. to just try and blend the color and make sure that I don't have any crazy lines on my face. As you can see, that foundation, I put it on so thinly that you can still see the parts that I would like to cover. And that's where this bad boy comes into play, is Maybelline Instant Age Rewind. This literally covers anything. So same thing, just like the foundation, I just tap it on the back of my hand to get the product through and make sure that I'm not like putting a shit ton on my face. And then I just put that on the places that need a little bit of cover. I tend to break out a lot on my chin, right about here, and on my jawline. And then I go into that same place that I told you about earlier, underneath. And my nose is crooked. That's another thing I've been self-conscious about, and it's kind of exaggerated by my freckles. So I put it across the bridge of my nose to highlight that shadow that happens there. And then same thing here, my chin. And that is what we call war paint, ladies and gentlemen. And I just start blending that in. Same thing here. Just like highlighting and shading in art, which is another video that I could get to someday. The areas that you want to bring forward are the places that you put the lightest color. The places that you want to bring back is where you put the darkest color. That's the exact same thing that artists would use when they're shading a curve or something. As it's going back, it's going to get darker, and the closer it gets to you, it's going to be lighter. Now, any extra concealer will go on my lids. This is a setting powder that I've had for years. This is just to set the foundation and the concealer in the places that it usually moves. And for me, that is right here on the oily part of my forehead and then under my eyelids, because I don't know if it's doing it right now, but I smile a lot. And when I do, it creases under my eye, and then if I don't set it, that will absolutely move and make me look older. So I turn it upside down and I go, I flip it back, and usually there's some still in the cap. Perfect. I'm gonna take that same beauty blender, which is still damp, and as you can see it there, and I'm gonna scrape off any of that extra. And I'm going to press it under my eye in the place that I don't want it to move. And this is just called MAC Set Powder. That's it. Nothing fancy about it. It's supposed to be invisible, but I do feel like it leaves a white cast on my skin. Like it's literally making me look paler than I already am. Yeah, good, okay. Now we get into the fun part. So I don't believe in products being just for one thing. I use that same moisturizer, obviously on the back of my hands, but after I dry my hair a lot of the time, I'll take a tiny bit of that, rub it in my hands, and smooth it through, and it works so great to take away any static, any extra dryness that I feel, and I'll put that in, it smooths it out, and it makes it super soft. I'm going to use a little bit of Rip Fix, which is not meant specifically for your lips, but I use it as the best chapstick of all time. Anytime I brush my teeth, this goes on immediately after. Before bed, put this on. You're gonna wake up with the softest lips of your life. And when I work out too, I like to put it on beforehand, because the worst thing is having dry mouth or dry lips when you're doing your workout. For me, at least. I'm gonna take an eyeshadow that is just been a staple in my makeup adventure since as far as I can remember, from the Naked One palette, Sin. And as you can tell, it's the only one that I've hit pan with, and I freaking love this color. Why have eyeshadows be only for your eyes? Like, I use an eyeshadow for contouring too. I will take this brush. This is from when I had money, a MAC 109 brush, and it's a great contouring brush. That's why I bought it to begin with, because it's so small and dense. Just take a little bit, and you're gonna find the high point of your cheek, and you're just going to, yeah. And I don't have any need to buy a brand new highlighter because I already have one in my eyeshadows. I will also do the tip of my nose, and then I'll also do this again, and I'll use it like a giant brush and put it on my eyelid. But the other half of the time, I'll just take my finger and just pat it on there. Don't go all the way up though. I'm gonna take it on my finger again, and I'm gonna actually use this as a brow highlight too, right on my brow bone underneath my brow. And I have not done my brows yet, obviously. This is what I use for my brows, and it is the dupe of Anastasia at Beverly Hills Brow Wiz. It is the NYX Micro Brow Pencil. It's $6 or something like that, and I think Anastasia is like 20 something. And I'm gonna use it as eyeliner. Spoolie out. I should probably trim these, but wild brows seem to be in nowadays, so we'll just go with it. For the longest time, I over tweezed the tail on my brows, and I didn't have them for a really long time. Insert picture here of my no tail eyebrows. I'm gonna take this, and I'm gonna just follow the top of where my natural eyebrow goes extremely lightly. Because it's better to put on not enough and add more later than it's gonna be to put on too much and then you're fucked. I will very lightly, same thing, just extend the tail slightly, thicken it up just a hair. No pun intended. I'm gonna do this off camera, I'll be right back. When I get to this part here, I do the same thing super lightly in the direction that they go, and your brow hair should go up and then fan over as you go, so the innermost portion, whatever strokes you're doing, should also go in the same direction. It'll also be a lot easier to actually apply the product if you're not going against the grain. So, okay, let me just check my work. And so because it's just a little boxier than I would normally do, I'm just gonna take the spoolie and brush it out a little bit, and that will kind of diffuse it. Okay, great, brows are done. So now I'm gonna take the same color, I'm gonna look, you're gonna look up my nose, and I'm gonna look down, and I'm gonna just follow my lash line. And the color of this is Espresso. How fitting. We're in the last steps. This is the travel size because I didn't want to buy the full size of the Too Faced Better Than Sex waterproof mascara. And I bought waterproof because the mascara always transfers. It always, the tips of my lashes touch with the mascara on, and half the time I'm walking out there looking like I have 2 sets of eyebrows on, because some people don't tell me. So if you ever see me walking around with 2 sets of eyebrows on, please tell me so I can wipe one of them away. I really like this brush because of the way that it's shaped. I feel like it really gives me good control over the product, and I can really get it in the corners easily. Okay. That's literally everything. So I'll be right back. I'm gonna dry my hair and then finish this up. Hair is done, and for effect, I have a little bit of that moisturizer that I used on my face, and I'm just gonna smooth it through my hair, especially the parts that feel more dry. Oh goodness, it makes such a difference. Seriously, and I have been doing the lotion in the hair thing probably since high school, maybe. Okay, so that is it. That is how I do like a no makeup using certain products for multiple things to make your dollar stretch, basically. I hope you thought it was funny. I hope that it was entertaining in some way, and if you want to see anything like this in the future, let me know. If you don't, let me know. I'm doing this for you. Yeah, so that's it. I feel clean. I feel like I don't look dead anymore. Yeah, okay. Bye.